A while ago, I did a poll on my channel about biker charge damage versus biker damage, and about 80% of people chose biker charge damage over biker damage. Therefore, in this video, I'm going to explain what these stats are, how they work, and which one of them is better than the other. So, here's how these stats work. Bikers have a skill called charge, which lets them attack ranged troops in the back directly. This skill, however, isn't triggered every time. It's only triggered sometimes. Whenever the skill isn't triggered, the bikers just do normal damage in a straight line like any other troop type. That is, they won't attack ranged troops directly while doing normal attacks. Also, charge attacks are more powerful than normal attacks because of the biker charge damage stat. For normal attacks, the stats that matter are biker attack and biker damage. That is, increasing your biker attack by 5% will increase your final damage by 5%, and in the same way, increasing your biker damage by 5% will increase your final biker damage by 5%. For example, if I have a biker attack of plus 900%, that is, my total biker attack including my base attack of 100% would be 1000%. If I then get 50% more biker attack, making my total biker attack 1050%, that would be a 5% increase in attack, and therefore my bikers will do 5% more damage than before. In the same way, if I have a biker damage of plus 100%, that is, my total biker damage including my base damage of 100% would be 200%. If I then get 10% more biker damage, making my total biker damage 210%, that is again a 5% increase, my bikers will again do 5% more damage than before. Now the way charge works is like this. It is basically additional damage that you get during charge attacks. So for example, if my biker damage is plus 100% and I have a biker charge damage of plus 50%, then for charge attacks, it will consider the damage to be 150%, which is the sum of my damage and biker charge damage. This means that my regular attacks will only get the plus 100% damage buff, while my charge attacks will get the plus 150% damage buff. Now let's take another example. Let's say my damage is plus 150% while my charge damage is plus 0%. In this case, my regular attacks will get the full plus 150% damage buff, and my charge attacks will also get the same plus 150% buff as well. From the previous two examples, you can clearly see that 50% damage is much better than 50% charge damage. Therefore, I would say that damage is far better than charge damage because when you upgrade damage, it is guaranteed to give you a buff every time, while if you're upgrading charge damage, you're only going to get the buff whenever the charge skill is triggered. So when you're comparing equal amounts of damage and charge damage, it's pretty clear that damage is better. But what if you're comparing a higher charge damage with a lower damage? For example, 10% charge damage versus 5% biker damage. In this case, it would depend on the trigger rate of the biker's charge skill, which is unfortunately not told to us in the game. But if I had to guess, I'd probably guess that it's somewhere between 50% to 80%. That is, the charge skill is triggered about 50 to 80% of the time. If we assume that the trigger rate is 50%, then the 10% charge damage would be the same as 5% biker damage because you'd get the benefit of the 10% extra charge damage only 50% of the time, making it equal to 5%. If we assume that it's 80%, however, then the 10% charge damage would be equal to 8% biker damage. This is because you'd get the 10% benefit 80% of the time, making it equal to 8%. So this is how you compare biker damage with biker charge damage. Before I end this video, I'd like to thank all of my patrons for the support. You can find my Patreon link in the description below. Thanks for watching the video, guys, and I will see y'all in the next one.